here we have a bit of a sun, and
Uh-huh.
now I think the sun is I mean, the sun disappears slowly. Clouds are coming, but most of the day we had sun. It was a very nice sun. So
Oh,
I'm
awesome.
sending you like a sun ray from here.
Thank you. Thank you. It's good to hear your voice. I'm looking forward to today.
Thank you so much. And I would like to start with the Chariot of Ezekiel. If you have an access to the whiteboard, I
Yes, I do.
should be glad to start with you, with your reading,
Okay.
first of all. The letters
Okay.
are clear, Jill. Is it clear and big enough, or
Um, I probably need it a little bit bigger.
okay? I'll move
Um,
it. Just tell me because it's a long text, and I'll
yeah.
try and maybe divide it into two parts, and then the letters will be big, and then I'll move the screen as you follow your reading. Is
I
it
think that
better?
it's okay. I think it's okay right there.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good for me. Hmm.
Oops. And I shall proceed when you while you read. I will move with the cursor, and
Okay.
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 Thank you.
Okay. Now it came to pass in the 13th year, in the 4th month, and the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives by the river Chebar, that the heavens were opened, and I saw visions with God. In the 5th day of the month, which was the 5th year of King Jehoiakim's captivity, the word of the Lord came expressly unto Ezekiel the priest, the son of Buzi, in the land of the Chaldeans by the river Chebar, and the hand of the Lord was upon him. And I looked, and behold, a stormy wind came out of the north, a great cloud, with the fire flashing up, so that a brightness was round about it, and out of the midst thereof as the color of electrum out of the midst of the fire. And out of the midst thereof came the likeness of four living creatures, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man, and every one had four faces, and every one of them had four wings. And their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of polished brass. Oops, I'm sorry. My thing is hidden behind something.
Thank you.
Okay. And they had the hands of a man under their wings on their four sides, and as for the faces and wings of them four, their wings were joined one to another. They turned not when they went, and they went every one straight forward. As for the likeness of their faces, they had the face of a man. And they four had the face of a lion on the right side, and they four had the face of an ox on the left side, and they four had also the face of an eagle. Thus were their faces, and their wings were stretched upward. Two wings of every one were joined one to another, and two covered their bodies. And they went every one straight forward, whither the Spirit was to go, they went, they turned not when they went. As for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like coals of fire, burning like the appearance of torches. It flashed up and down among the living creatures, and there was brightness to the fire, and out of the fire went forth lightning. And the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of a flash of lightning. Now as I behold the living creatures, behold one wheel at the bottom, hard by the living creatures, at the four faces thereof. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a beryl, and they four had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel within a wheel. When they went toward their four sides. They turned not when they went. As for their rings, they were high and they were dreadful. They four had their rings full of eyes round about. And when the living creatures went, the wheels went hard by them. And when the living creatures were lifted up from the bottom, the wheels were lifted up. Whithersoever the Spirit was to go, as the Spirit was to thither, so they went, and the wheels were lifted up beside them, for the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And here I would like to open microphones. Charles, your microphone is open, and here, Kevin is also, your microphone is open. Thank you very much for reading.
You're welcome. That was a lot of different twists and turns, even with the reading.
You felt that while you're reading, everything is changing. There's
Yeah,
no, yeah, it is
it was
very
almost
wavy.
like,
Yes,
yeah, it was like the way that was switching back and forth what they were doing. It was almost like that with the words. It was interesting.
it's it's exactly what it means. That the text itself is a chariot. The way the text is written is a chariot by itself. This is what you're saying, isn't it?
Yes, it felt like that.
Yeah, because it's hard to follow because it moves and changes and four directions at one. And this is excellent. And now I would like us to focus again on the text and abstract it, unless if Charles wants to read in Hebrew. Charles, good afternoon.
Shalom, Eti.
Shalom, good afternoon. How are you today?
I'm good, and you?
Fine, fine. Jill and Kevin is here as well.
That's good.
Shalom, Charles.
Shalom,
Kevin.
Jill.
Good morning.
Good
Morning, Kevin.
Charles, would you like to read the text in Hebrew?
Ezekiel.
Yes. Chapter 1.
Which chapter 1?
Could
Okay, let me go there.
And I will move slowly with the cursor while you read, and you could see that Charles is reading, and the cursor will be on the word that he's reading, so you could follow the Hebrew. So tell us, Charles, whenever you're ready, and I will move with the cursor. Okay?
It's chapter 1 from 1 verse to what?
To 20. But
Ooh.
read as much as you can. It's okay. Okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Ezekiel chapter 1. ויהי בשלישים שנה ברביעי בחמישה לחודש, ואני בתוך הגולה על נהר כבר, נפתחו בשמיים ואראה מראה אלוהים. בחמישה לחודש היא השנה החמישית לגלות המלך יויכין היה דבר אדוני אל יחזקאל בן בוזי הכהן בארץ כסידים על נהר כבר, ותהי עליו שם יד אדוני, ואראה והיגה רוח סערה באה מן הצפון, ענן גדול ואש מתלקחת excuse me,
Bless you.
ונגע לו סביב, ומתוכה באין החשמל מתוך האש, ומתוכה דמות ארבע חיות, וזה מראיהן דמות אדם להנה ארבעה פנים לאחת, ארבע כנפים לאחת להם, ורגליהם רגל ישחה, וכף רגליהם בכף רגל עגל, ונוצאים בעין נחושת כלל, ויודו אדם מתחת כנפיהם על ארבעת רבעיהם, ופניהם וכנפיהם לארבעתם חוברות אישה אל אחת כנפיהם לא יסבו, ולכתן איש אל עבר פניו ילכו, ודמות פניהם פני אדם, ופני אחיה אל הימין לארבעתם פני שור מהשמאול לארבעתן, ופני נשר לארבעתן, ופניהם וכנפיהם פחדות מלמעלה לאישה שתיים חוברות איש, ושתיים מכסות את גיאותיהנה, ואיש אל עבר פניו ילכו אל אשר אדוני, שמה הרוח ללכת ילכו, לא יסבו בלכתן, ודמות החיות מראיהם כנחלי אש באחות במראה הלפידים, היא הלכת ין החיות, ונגע לאש, ומן האש יוצא בחק, והחיות רצו ושוב כמחה הבזק, ואחרי החיות, והנה אופן אחד בחץ אצל החיות לארבעת פניו, מראה האופנים ומעשיהם כאין תכשיש ודמות אחד לארבעת ומחאיהם ומעשיהם כאשר אדוני האופן בתוך האופן על ארבעת רבעיהן בלכתם ילכו לא יסרבו בלכתן וגביהן וגבה להם ויירא להם וגבותם מלאות עיניים סביב לארבעתן ובלכת החיות ילכו האופניים אצלם ובהינשא החיות מעל הארץ ינסו האופנים על אשר אדוני שם הרוח ללכת ילכו שמה הרוח ללכת והאופנים ינסו לאומתם כי רוח החיה באופנים.
Thank you very much, Charles. Thank you very, very much. This is a very, very high and complex text, and thank you for reading it. Now,
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And maybe Kevin, would you like to read the first verse in English?
Sure.
Thank you.
Now it came to pass in the 13th year, in the 4th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives by the river Chabar, that the heavens were opened, and I saw visions of God.
Thank you. Now, question is like this. In verse 1, what numbers do we find? Try to abstract the numbers here, because I would like to write. Abstract, rescue the numbers from verse 1, and I would like to write them on the whiteboard and to understand a bit better what is happening here.
3, 4, 5.
3, 4, 5. Very, very good. This is not historical reading, like people tend to. This is 3, 4, 5, and I would like to write it. The pen, is it? Yeah, 3, 4, 5. 3. 1 second, I have to change it. 3, 4, 5. What happens when we meet 3, 4, 5? Usually, what do we do?
We draw the triangle.
Yes, very good. 3, 4, 5. So, what fits the 3? What fits the 4? And what fits the 5? This is month. Yes. Yes. Here, this is 4th month.
Yes.
Yes.
9.
And the 3 has to do with the year. Yes.
Yes, for the
Yes.
Father.
And the 5th day of the month. 5th day.
For the child.
Yes. So first of all, when we read the text, some people, when they read it, they try to find, according to the description, the historical year that this event happened. But when we read it like it is happening now, because whenever we open the Bible, everything that we read and we communicate to is happening now. This is what we find. Is this clear, Jill, Charles? This kind of reading, how do we open the verses?
Yeah.
Questions, Jill?
Um, uh, okay, because I'm just getting familiar with the 3, 4, 5. So automatically, when it said the 13th year, did you just pull the 3 out of the 13?
Yeah, 1 second. Yes, 1 second. I would like to move. 1 second. Here, the Hebrew says, Bishloshim Shana. The Hebrew says, Bishloshim. I would like to mark the Bishloshim is 30. Here, 30. In the fourth,
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, now I
it's
see it.
okay,
It
it's
says
okay.
30th. I was
And
thinking
in the
13th.
fifth of the month, it's okay, it's good. It is very, very good. I like that you ask questions and then I can write on the text. It's better like this. Now, who would like to read the second verse in English and abstract? Second verse in English and abstract.
I could read it. In the 5th day of the month, which was the 5th year of King Jehoiakim's captivity.
Yes. So what is happening here? How do we look at this in the fifth day of the month, which was the fifth year? How do we look at this mathematically? Just, how do you say, you can offer something. What can we do with the fifth of the fifth? How can we describe this mathematically?
5 to the second power, maybe 5 times
Yes,
5.
excellent. In the second power. Very good. And we have 25. And again, we can take it like this. This is the diagonal, the 5. Yes, this is 3, this is 4, and the fifth of the fifth. And then we build here a square, which is like 5 by 5. 5 by 5 is also can be read what we were mentioning yesterday, Jill, in the text. You remember the square of the temple that you were reading yesterday? What was the measure of the temple?
Yes.
So, what was the measure that you read yesterday?
It was okay, off the top of my head, I have to go back to my notes. I can't remember it. I'm sorry.
Just add 2 zeros. It's the same thing. It's the same.
Oh, 500. Okay, 500.
Yes, it is the same. Nothing changes. It is like the square of the temple. 500, 5 on 5, or 500 on 500. It's the same thing. And then we find here the full hand perspective, meaning the potential with the manifestation in time. And here comes his vision. Do you understand how we read the text?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it hard, Kevin, Charles? Is it hard to read like this?
No, not
Good.
for me.
Good. Now I would like to discuss with you the name of the river in which he had a prophecy. The name of the river is here Kvar. Kvar, already. In Hebrew it means already. Something that was before, already was. But when we abstract the letters of the river Kvar, 1 second, Kvar, 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 and here they call it Heber. Depends. Kvar, it means already. Already was. Now the question is that Ezekiel is prophesying or gives a prophecy when he is standing upon the river that already was. What does it mean? Which river was already existing when he was giving his prophecy? What happens when we abstract the letters of the river Kvar? Kaf is 20, Bet is 2,
2,
Resh is 200. So we have
200.
Yes. So we have 2, if we look at the simple numbers, 2 and 2. And if we put 2 in the power of 3, because we have here 3, we get 8. What is the river that already was? If I write the 8 in this way.
I mean, it's just
Yeah.
this is beyond time
Excellent.
because
time. Yes, Kevin, say.
okay.
Say. Continue.
Because I see time. I mean, we've discussed how time, how a river connects with time.
Yes.
But then when I think beyond time and then a different river, so this is the complement of the river of formation.
Yes. And we can also read the 8 as infinite, like this, when we write the 8 in the infinite. And if we look again like this, the infinite is basically the upper 3 spheres. 1 second. And which is beyond time and space. The river that already was. Yes.
Interesting.
And please pay attention, this is those letters. Those letters are also building the word Merkava, the chariot. Those letters are also building the word Merkava. I will write them in different colors. 1 second, I'm not in the right position. 1 second. Yeah, I hope that I'm in the right ink. This is Mem from Merkava, and I will write in blue the letters of the river Kval, Reish, Kaf, Bet. Those are the same 3 letters. The river that already was beyond time and space. And the last letter Hey, Merkava, this is chariot. What people call usually Merkaba. We find it with Merkaba, with C or with K, the chariot. Do you see what I'm aiming for?
The chariot?
Yes, the chariot itself,
Yes.
already holds in the middle of it, in the 3 letters in the middle, the river that already was here.
Ah, yeah.
Yes. We shall do this with it. The river that already was here, beyond time and space, in a way, descends and manifests itself through the chariot.
Wow.
Questions so far? Jill, Charles, questions?
I'm just listening. It's kind of new to me, so I'm just listening and figuring it out.
Yes. And I would like to open a bit what are those animals. It's not physical. It's appearance in time. And I will write it in blue pen. 1 second. We have 4 animals. Which animals are mentioned here? Who would like to? We can look at it. Which verse?
The face of a man, the face of a
Yes.
lion, the
Yes.
face of an ox, and the face of an eagle.
Yes. So we have like 4, and those are parallel to the 4 letters of the tetragrammaton. There are different aspects in our life here, like which are manifested through the animals. Each one also has like a sphere in the tree of life. We should look into it. The letter Yod, or wisdom, also grace, depends of how we look at it. This is the lion, Aryeh. And not the bull, how you call it in English? The ox.
Ox.
Ox, 1 second. How do I spell ox, please? O-A-O. Okay.
O-X.
O-X, thank you. So, ox. This is understanding. The eagle, call it in English they call it eagle here. In verse 10. Initial.
Yes, eagle. Yeah, they call it eagle here.
Eagle. Second, I'll move to the pen. Eagle, Nesher. And the last is Adam, human. If we abstract the reading, not sure that it came so visible, but those are in a way 4 situations or 4 ways that humanity crosses life. Sometimes we have times of grace and wisdom, so that they are marked by the lion, and sometimes we are going through a period of enduring, like let's say in hard wars, and we carry burden like an ox. And sometimes we are flying above things, and there's a flow like an eagle. And Adam, human, the last hay, is the heavenly kingdom. Our life here are reflected, or we are reflecting all those 3 streams, because those are three lines here. Where's the pen? Here we have like 3 lines. This is the right line. I'll make it red. This is the right line of the tree of life. The left line of the tree of life, like overcoming hardships. This is the middle line. The eagle is the middle line. And we are humans are receiving all of those 3 lines, because the hay, the last hay, also has 3 dimensions: horizontal, vertical, and depth. 3 lines. So this is the description of, I would say, the infinite that comes into our lives and move through this dimension. Sometimes we are receiving grace time, sometimes overcoming, and sometimes we're in the flow in the middle. So I would like us to look now at the painting, and please describe us, what do we see here. I'm aware of the fact that the text is not easy. It is the toughest text that existing in the Bible. So let's a bit rest and look at the picture. What do we see here, if you would like to describe?
We see a wheel with spokes with eyes around the rims, and we see a type of angelic creature that has 4 faces and wings covering the bodies of the ox, the lion, the eagle, and the human's face. And we have what looks like a king at the top.
And the human that you see, the human face that you recognize, Is he riding on the animals, or the animals are riding his back? What do you see? Jill? What is the sense that you get from this picture?
To me, it looks like he's riding on top of the animals, but it appears like he's sitting on top of something.
You mean this figure, Jill? Do you mean this one?
Uh, oh, okay. Are you talking about that figure? It looks like
Yeah.
it's yeah, it looks like the animals are on top of his back, and he's um, maybe leading in a specific direction. I'm not sure.
Yes, yes. Kevin, did you look at this figure as well? Or,
Oh, yes.
yes. So, in a way, the human here is receiving the leadership, and those animals are symbolizing the leadership of the spheres of the tree of life. They are not like a plastic like bull and eagle and lion. This is not a like plastic image, because each animal in Hebrew has a value, and a value stands for a quality. So the human gets from the animals like three different qualities. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's not that now we see, like in a movie, a bull sitting or an ox sitting of a man, or we see an eagle flying, a plastic image of an eagle flying on the back of a man. It's not about this. It's about the quality of the eagle. The quality of the eagle is mercy. The middle line in the tree of life is mercy. The eagle represents mercy. The ox represent endurance and overcoming, like a bull that carried the load of like walking in the field in straight lines. This is what the bull, in a way, the bull or the ox is the quality, and the lion both represent grace and wisdom. Those are qualities, and we as humans are influenced by those qualities that are streaming to us from the river that already was, meaning from the infinite. Do you understand this kind of thinking, or it's too hard because it's very, very complex text?
I think I understand.
Sometimes, if we look at our daily life, sometimes there are moments in the day that we experience grace and mercy. Sometimes there are moments in the day that we are crossing with overcoming. It's about us, it's about human life, how we are moving through life. Sometimes we're in the middle, sometimes we're in the right. There's a flow, we are on the right, like a lion. Grace and wisdom, there's infinite flow. And sometimes we are overcoming, like the ox. We're carrying burden, and we endure the, so to speak, the heaviness. And we just go straight lines silently. It is about the human conduct, but the human conduct is influenced by the stream which comes from the infinite. Is it clear?
Hmm.
So, because
Yeah.
a lot today, there's a lot of how do you say, they call it wellness, think positive, all kinds of thinking, which is good. But what Ezekiel or this prophecy tries to tell us, there are times in general for humanity as a whole, not a single person, that we as humanity crossing through different times in general periods. And sometimes it is the quality of a lion. Sometimes we are crossing like corona times. It's like a more bull thing to endure, constrict our limit ourselves, just like in time of war we overcome things. And sometimes we're crossing like mercy, like the eagle. The eagle, the quality of an eagle, according to the Bible, that he has infinite mercy. The Bible says that the eagle, rather, that the arrow will harm himself as long as he can shield his babies with his wings. So the eagle in us is the quality of mercy. I'd rather that I will be harmed and I will observe the suffering than others will observe the shame or suffering also. This is mercy. Is it better now? Is it clear now? Less scary, the text? So
Yes, it makes a lot of sense.
questions, if you would like to ask questions, this is the time. And please feel free to ask about whatever you wish for. And if you would like to ask questions which are not related to the text, also feel free to ask those questions. It's okay. Whatever you wish.
Can you help me understand? So so could you explain the importance of the chariot?
The chariot is a word in Hebrew, not a plastic image. Yes, this is it. It's about the word.
Correct.
Yes, it's about the word. So what is happening here? We look at the letter Mem in the beginning. Letter Mem here. I'm sorry, I created an image. 1 second. Here with a pen. The letter Mem here. And the letter Hey at the end. Mem and Hey, it means what in English, so to speak. What? In Hebrew, it's a word for question. What is your name? Ma Shimcha. What? But the sages are telling us another way to look at the word Ma. It has a value. Yes. The value of Ma is, the Mem is 40, the Hey is 5, so the value of Ma is 45. Like the value of Adam. Human. Now, if we look at Ma here, Mem and Hey, which is 45, or Adam, we see that what runs us, in a way, we are, I would say, Merkava is not just the chariot, is also vehicle. So in a way, we are humans, are vehicle. And the question is, for what? Sometimes we are a vehicle for the power of grace. So we are lions. And sometimes we are a vehicle for the ox. And sometimes we are a vehicle for mercy, like the eagle that, we as humans, we are a vehicle for those qualities which are mirrored by the animals.
This is correct. Yes.
Jill, did you understand the concept?
Yes, yes, I think I'm understanding it. It's something that I guess we can relate to in different situations in our everyday lives.
Yes, yes, this is it. Because sometimes we ask, "What did I do wrong? Why is it like this today? Why is it like that?" But I did like that, and it's not about, because we are educated that if you do like this, expect something in return, like a linear relation. You put something, you get something, like causal thinking. But it's not. He tries to tell us something else. This that the whole universe, in a way, is one entity, and sometimes, as one humanity, we are crossing in general through periods which are marked by grace, by endurance, or by mercy as a whole. Like now, Corona times, all of us are crossing the same reality. But this is in general, but also in our daily life, in a private life, there are moments that we are crossing, that sometimes we are crossing grace, or we are vehicle for grace, and sometimes we are short and we behave a bit differently, and sometimes we have the merge of two lines, like grace and overcoming is mercy, and sometimes we are like eagles, we are opening our wings and protecting others. We'd rather take the harm, or the arrow, the poison arrow inside of our heart, and that others around us will not be harmed.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
Is there a letter that represents the eagle in Hebrew?
The name eagle in Hebrew, I think, is the letter Hey. Oh, 1 second, we can open it. There are 3 letters in which we write the name eagle, Neshiel. Neshiel. So here we have 50, here we have 300, and here we have 200. So altogether, this is 550. We could also count the lines. There's another way. Nun is like 2 lines. Shin, 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. So we have 2 lines, 2 vowels. Here we have 4 lines, and here we have again 2 lines. So altogether we have what? 8 vowels.
242?
242,
Oh, yes.
or yes, or 8. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
or 8. Again, infinite. Or 242.
Now, an eagle has two shapes. When it flies with its wings open, it's like a snake in the air.
Yes.
And when it's like a vav,
Yes.
and when it's descending quickly, it looks like a what is it? A Zion?
This? Like this?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm.
There are many ways to look at it. Another way is to give each line volume of 6, because like this is a vav. So we have, in a way, 6 double 8, 6 double 8 lines. And we have, if you want to look at it as 48, this is the value of moach, mind, like mind of mercy. Or we can take the 6 and the 8 as 68, and then we have Chaim, which is life. Or we can take opposite the 8 and the 6, and we have Elohim, which is God. Or we can take the 6 plus 8, which is 14, and then we have 1 to 4. 1 to 4. Depends. It is very creative. It depends from which angle do we look at it. At the moment, we don't have a picture of an eagle, but when the eagle fly, also we can, like, when the eagle fly, it has the body, its body, and there's the wings. Yes, it also looks like a letter. It depends from which entry do we take it. And it is so open, it is infinitely open. Nobody can tell you that, nobody can tell anybody that he is wrong, because everything is possible here. Questions?
The lion is opposite the ox.
Yes, yes. True. The lion is opposite to the ox. Yes, this is true.
And what does this?
This is like if we look at the tree of life, I can, instead of lion, I can write the name Abraham. Yes. And once I'll make it here. This is the tree of life. Yeah. And then this is, I'll make it a bit short. This is Abraham. Or grace. Or 72. And this is the ox. Yes. This is lion. There are different ways. Yes.
So the lion eats meat and the ox eats vegetables.
Yeah.
When so in understanding, wisdom and understanding is compared like vegetables and meat.
Excellent. Very good. Understanding is like the quality of a mother. Understanding is like the mother quality. The ox is, in a way, in this case, is the mother quality, and the mother quality is to do good. So the ox is eating grass or vegetables. The ox does not take life. Instead of writing ox, we could write also Isaac, or overcoming. Or Givwa, overcoming, which has a value of 216, which is 3 times 72. Instead, in a way, of the eagle, we could write Jacob. Let me think if this is the right thing. Because it is the verb, it's including both Jacob, the quality of Jacob, and I would say Joseph together, because this is the verb. They hold the 6 spheres together. The verb. And here, where Adam is, human, we have David. So either we use, it's a very good question, because it shows that you have like lateral parallel thinking. Instead of using the language or the images of the animals, we can use the names from the Bible. Jill, is that clear? This kind of thinking?
Yes, yes, it makes it a lot easier to understand it as I read through it now. I can kind of relate it a little bit easier.
Yeah, because sometimes this is why it's so complex, and you said it when you were reading the text, you get a
Hmm.
sense that it's moving while you're reading it. Yes, it's just always
Yeah.
changes, um, like person in how do you say when people play with those machines, just the numbers and the figures are changing all the time. So, but this is like in a way easier to get that Abraham in a way is in the side of the lion or the grace, and Isaac is in the side of the ox, because in a way we can say also that Isaac was a passive. It's like it's just suffering the fact that he is being sacrificed. He does not resist it. He's just enduring the moment.
Yeah,
You
it makes it easier on I guess I'm too practical. It makes it easier when I look at things that happen in my life. Actually, a lot of these classes do. Um, I can actually pull it out and understand my life a little bit better.
That's good.
something that comes to me is if you take the lower hay, the David,
Yes,
I guess Malhut
yes,
kingdom,
Malchut, yes, kingdom.
and you take the Yod
Mm-hmm.
and raise it above, you 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 have the eagle is there's the eagle is divided in the two, descending and ascending,
Mm-hmm.
but the Yod, if you raise it up, it says Yehuda.
Yes, 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 yes. That's true. Because what you say, Yehuda, I mean the if I understand you well, you take the four letters of the that
Mm-hmm.
we write here.
Mm-hmm.
So we write four letters like this, but since we write four letters, we mark the four as Dalet, and then you have Yehuda. This is what you meant, or a bit different?
Yeah, you take the Yod, you raise the Yod from the lower hay
Yes, to where?
and to above,
Where
to
above?
up,
To up?
all the way above to the
Uh,
top.
until where? Above the Vav?
Or no, I'm sorry, my communication is wrong. The hay becomes a Dalet and a Yod.
Okay,
It's a
of
simpler way
course.
of saying
Yes,
it.
yeah. It's okay, okay. Yes, yes. The hay. Very good, very good. Now I understand. Okay.
Is because just the what I see is the the eagle is I see the eagle reversed.
Yes. So what you're saying is the hay itself is composed of Dalit and Yod, and you move in a way the Dalit here, and then you have Yehuda. This is what you meant. If the Yod returns and assimilate with this one, I understand what you say, but I cannot draw it. I understand what you're saying. I understand. I understand what you're
Yeah,
saying.
it's hard for me to explain it because it's like what I'm trying to say is like what I'm trying to see in it without giving it too much of an image.
Mm-hmm. I understand. Is it hard to think? What is easier to you to think in which language? The language of the animals, or the name of the people which are mentioned in the Bible, which dimension is easier for you to sink in?
Personally, I can connect with them all. The attributes is the names.
Yes, yes.
I have a question
Yeah.
about when Charles was reading through the Hebrew, um, he when he would get to the Yod Hey Vav Hey, then he would automatically say Adonai.
Yes.
I was just wondering what it says in English
Okay, let's put it here.
at
I
that time.
think when he was reading Adonai, 1 second, let's find one word here in verse 3. Yes. And
Yes.
the word of the Lord. So when Charles says Adonai here, the tetragrammaton, he sees the letters of the tetragrammaton, but he speaks those letters as Adonai.
Okay.
But in English, it's the Lord. So, and you can ask why there is a division, why the letters are the tetragrammaton, the being, the inner, and Charles is reading it Adonai as, so to speak, the manifested. So, in a way to keep people of having respect to the Bible. So, yes.
And then when
Yes,
you
please.
break down the wisdom, understanding, mercy, human,
Yes.
then every time then it's broken down that way.
Again, Jill. Again.
So whenever you break that down, you know what?
The name of the tetragrammaton.
That
Yes.
it's always found in yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not getting my question the way that I want to get it.
Yes, whenever you see the name of the Lord in English, yes, it means the name with the 4 letters.
Yeah, and it's always going to break down the way that that we've just talked about it in class, like the ox, the lion,
Yes.
the eagle, the human.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you can write it. Very good. You can write the name if you want to make art. An exercise. We can take the 4 letters, and above, like you say, you break it down or you open it into 4 dimensions or of thinking. But the name and the animals are also like the parallel to the 4 rivers. It's the same thing. And the river goes out of Eden. It's the same thing, and then it's split and becomes of 4 heads. It's the same thing. It's the same picture. So I can take the 4 letters. This is why I always write them. And I can pour into this, how do you say, structure. We can pour the 4 rivers, which are going out of Eden. We can put the 4 animals in Ezekiel vision. We can put names of people, the patriarchs. Everything sits on this structure. Everything in the Bible. 4 seasons of the year. Also here.
May I add correction?
Yes.
I was saying the wrong word. I was saying Yahuda, but it's actually, I meant to say Yahudi.
Okay.
So that's what I mean is the hey becomes a dalet, and the yod is raised up into its own position, Yahudi, and together the value comes back to 12.
One second. You take like this, the Dalet, yes? And
Yes.
the foot of the hay is like merging again. And
Yahudi.
Yes, and then it comes here at the end. Yes?
Yeah, at the end. Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yes. Yes. And then what do we have? What is the value of Yehudi?
12.
How can it be?
Wait,
This
am I counting wrong?
this is 10, this is 5.
Oh, I was using 1 instead of 10. Sorry.
It's okay, it's okay. Let's take a 6 because it has a meaning. 4 and 10. How much do we have? Jill?
35?
10 plus 5, 15.
Is it 35?
1 second. We're closing, I think. 10 plus 10.
Is 20.
20? Yes, Jill, you're right. 10, 10, yes. 35. Yes. It means people look at the word Yehudi as Jewish, like ethnically. But the meaning of the word Yehudi, what people say in the world is Jewish, it means a person who is in a being mode. Yes, because those
Yes.
four letters of the tetragrammaton is the being and mercy. So, do you see what I'm trying to say? It's not ethnically or culturally, it is a mode of being. This is what it means, because it comes from the name Yehudi comes from Yehuda, is from to have how do you say, to thank. We have appreciation, to have appreciation for life. So a person who has appreciation for life, for the creation, for the mode of being, is Yehudi. But not Jewish culturally and all what the history adds to this. This is the meaning. It's a person who is in a constant mode of being and how do you say, being able to give grace to everything. Appreciation of life.
And if you take off the zeros and you use them as ones, then it's 12,
12, very good.
which comes back to time.
Yes. But if you square the 12, what happens when you square the 12? It's 144. Adam.
Truth.
Emet. Very good. So a person who is in a constant gratitude, he is both human and he is both a man of truth or a person of truth, a woman, it doesn't matter, man, person of truth. Emet. Truth. A person who is in a constant gratitude to the wonder of creation. Because all the rest is lying. When people complain this does not work, okay, so you can fix it or not, but not that everything is bad. It cannot be, otherwise the planets and nothing would stand. We could not exist here. And the question, who is Jewish? Yeah, it's not Jewish culturally or what is written in how do you say, in the papers or so. This is off. Who is Jewish? A person who has appreciation of life and is human, has humanistic attitude, and admit the truth. This is it. It's very simple, and it's not culturally, and it's not ethnically, and it's not in the blood cells counting, like, you know. This is it. It's very simple. It's not an external quality. It's inner quality. It's inner quality. A person that he, in his heart, he, he appreciate every minute of his life and life around him. I mean, the creation itself, appreciation and recognition. He doesn't want to become someone, to be a millionaire, to have a reputation. He's just in a mode of being. This is what it is. He has the letters of the Tetragrammaton inside of his heart. And this is it.
That's amazing.
You're welcome. Thank you for your questions, that you finally opened this, so to speak, the room with the 7 seals, who is Jewish. Thank you for opening this topic. It is a very painful question. And I really thank you from the bottom of my heart for this discussion today.
Thank you. It was amazing. I learned so much today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming today. Thank you, Charles and Jill, Kevin, and we have a new friend here. Thank you for listening. And we can meet you here tomorrow. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Shalom, shalom.
Thank you. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, Charles.
Shalom, Charles.